Hi, I'm Bart Hanson. I'm the owner and lead instructor for CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday. If you enjoy this video, hit that like button, and if you want to submit to be on the show, take a look at the information in the description. Okay?
It's a 1-2 hand.
Okay, it's a 1-2 hand. Okay. Where's it played
It's
out of?
two the Hard Rock in
Hard Rock
Tampa.
in Tampa. Okay. Oh, you're
Yep.
going to see
So
Tom Brady if there's a football season next year.
yeah, that is pretty exciting.
You sound excited. Okay. So 1-2 no limit Tampa.
No, no, I am sure.
Okay. Okay.
Better than winning, for real. Yeah, so 250 effective, and I'm in the small blind. There's 4 limps in front of me,
Okay.
and I make it 18.
With what hand?
I could have went a little bit larger. Oh, I have Ace King
Ace King offsuit?
offsuit.
Okay.
Yep. So then they all call. So 4 callers.
So four people limp in. You have Ace King offsuit, and you decide to make it 18 at 250 effective. So you're just under 5x. I mean, yeah, that's probably too small. I think you're actually losing out with value here. And it's not that you're trying to cut the
Yeah.
field, it's trying to get the most amount of money. I mean, what's the standard open when nobody limps in? Like, what would you, let's say everybody folded to you and you were in the hijack, or what was the standard open with no limps in this game?
Well, it was like my second orbit, but it's usually like, 15 or I don't know. It's pretty loose passive, so they don't really fold at all. So in this spot, yeah, looking back, I could have went a little bit larger, but probably like 15 if I'm in the hijack with like 1 or 2 limps in front of me or something like that. 15, 16.
Well, I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
if
know.
it's 15 or 16, if there's 1 or 2 limps, but I mean, if people are just opening to straight 15, and I actually see that in the 1-3 game here in Austin,
Yeah,
which is, I mean, I would
yeah.
just add money to your open size with the limpers. So if there's 4 limpers here and the regular open is to 15, I would definitely make this at least 25, even from out of
25.
position.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, yeah. That's what I thought when I was looking
something
back.
something like that. All right, so you get 4 callers, so it's 5 ways. Okay.
Yeah. So then the pot's like 90, and it comes out Jack of Diamonds, 10 of Diamonds, 7 of Clubs.
Okay.
And I have the King of Diamonds, and then my Ace is just
Something else.
offsuit. So
Okay.
yep. So then I make a standard check here, and the last act that's like 15, and
So you check
I just check
from
call.
the small blind. 3 people check
Yep.
in the middle. 3 checks, and then what? Last to act like in the cutoff or something. Cutoff bets 15. Is that
Yep.
right? Okay.
So then I make pretty standard call,
Uh huh.
and then I'm not gonna. I don't think I should be c betting this or check raising this,
No, I
but
would. I think c betting would be a
yeah,
huge leak here. So you call. Does anybody call behind you?
yeah, and then one more player calls too.
All right. So MP1 calls. So what I would say is that you have to defend obviously much tighter in a multi-way pot. 15 into, like you said, like 90 here with Ace King.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the King of Diamonds, yeah, I'd probably call here. But I mean, if the guy bets like say 60 or 70 and there's people left to act behind you, I think you just fold. To be
Oh yeah,
perfectly
yeah,
honest with you.
sure. Yeah,
Um,
the price is so good, and with my
yeah.
gut shot,
Now,
it's just like
what I would say, and I'm not going to necessarily recommend this at this level, at this stack depth, is that occasionally you could check raise against that sizing because it just seems like full of shit. And also, too, once you check as the preflop raiser, these other people have checked in between this guy and the last better in the field. Like, probably somebody's not sandbagging something in between because the board's so wet. So you get a lot of fold equity here, I feel like, with a check raise. It doesn't seem like this guy is that strong. I'm not saying do that. It's kind of complicated, but I would sometimes make this play if I was sort of zoned in and understood the situation. But okay, you call an MP1 call, so pot's like 135. Let's go to the turn.
okay. And then the turn is Queen of Diamonds.
Okay, so Jack of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, 7 of clubs. You have ace king off with the king of diamonds. You raise out of the small blind. 4 people call. Checked around. Guy bets tiny. You call. Call. Turn. You turn Broadway, right? With the king of diamonds.
Yeah.
Open-ended straight. Open-ended flush draw. Okay.
Yep. So
Yeah.
then I figure I don't want it to get checked around here, so I want to bet for value. So I bet 80 here, so a little over half pot.
Yeah, this is interesting here, whether or not. I mean, you've got a guy that called behind, too. But you do have the king of diamonds in your hand. It's probably really, really close here. The issue is that, and I'm not thinking that anybody's thinking about this, right, at this level. It's really you don't really ever have any bluffs here. So it's really just a question
Yeah.
of, do you not want it to get checked through here, and are you going to get called by like 2 pair and sets, if you just come out and bet.
Yeah, well, I think it might be like bad enough to hang on with those hands, and like there's some action killers on the river that might like hurt my chances of getting value. But I guess they can't really have any sets, which isn't good. They can't have like jacks, tens, or queens. It'd be better if they could have sets too, because I know they'll call with those hands.
Here's
But
a problem with your sizing here. I think it's a little bit on the larger side with your stack. Like you made it 18, so 33. So you had about like 215 left moving to the turn. So once you bet 80 here, you'll have like you'll have 135 left after you bet 80. So if you bet 80 into 135 and a guy just jams on you, are you gonna fold? Because it's hard for me to fold at this level. I would just basically say that because you're gonna be getting like 3 or 4 to 1. You've got an open-ended straight flush draw here with the king of diamonds, and who knows, maybe these guys are just going with it. Um, I would tend to just bet a little bit on the smaller side here, try to get all those hands to call. But okay, you bet 80,
okay,
and then what happens?
like like 65 or something like that.
Yeah, 50 to 60, something like that. So you bet 80.
Yeah, they both call.
Wow. Okay. Call, call. So you put in 240 on the turn. So now the pot is
Yeah.
three. So the pot is 375, and you have like 130 left, right, in your stack, something like that, or 120, 375
Yeah,
with
yeah. I think it's 390, and I have like 135 left.
30
Yeah.
left. All right. I don't know, man. When both those guys call you for 80, I'm starting to not like this.
Yeah,
When it goes
it doesn't feel
call,
good.
call, it's all right.
Yeah,
What's a
I
river?
wasn't feeling
What's a river?
river offsuit 2.
Okay, so you've got like just over 1/3 of a pot size bet left, and now now you're trying to figure out what you want to do here.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I think you might check
Uh,
fold. I think you might check fold. This is why, like, once you make that size on the turn, here's the thing about this. I don't know if you heard my first little bit here, where I was like, well, you need to value own yourself some of the time, things like that. Here, and I'm also not a huge fan of check calling rivers, but when you make this bet of 80 for that sizing and you get 2 people to call you, there's nothing wrong with checking at the end here to check fold, because when you have the best hand, it's going to go check, check, check. So I'm not saying that you don't have the best hand here. What I'm saying is that if you check and someone moves all in, you don't have the best hand. Do you see the difference? And in order for a bet to be better than a check, you would have to get called by a worse hand than ace king. And when you're coming out and leading 80 and you get 2 people to call you and then you move all in at the end, I mean, obviously I haven't played 1-2 live in a long time here. I just smell, even at 130, I think that I might just check and hope it gets checked through and take the pot down here. And if somebody moves all in, I would have a really, really hard time calling. Because people with like 8, 9 in sets, I don't think are going to move in. I don't know. What did you do?
Yeah, I did end up shoving because I thought they would be check raising like some of their smaller flushes on the turn maybe, and like with the king of diamonds, there's not that many flushes out there besides like the ace x, so like just like the smaller ace x. So I thought I thought I could get value from worse, but looking back, I think I should have like checked and then evaluated. So yeah, I probably agree with what you said. But
So
yeah,
what
I
happened?
shoved and then they both just called right away, and
Oh
then
my
they
god.
both had. So one of them had the nut flush, one of them had a smaller flush. So
Who
I
had
just
that?
felt like an idiot, right?
Did
That's
the
why I was like, damn, I don't know if I just like
did the nut
punch it
fl-
off my stack.
did the nut flush was the guy from the nut flush in the middle, or was he
No, the nut
last?
flush, the guy in the last, yeah,
Okay.
the last one.
So you jam, it goes call, call. Yeah, you probably at that point know you're not good. I just, like I said, I mean, I've got a lot of experience, obviously, in live poker, but it's not the fact that you just sort of just check call. It's not the fact that you check call and lead out always. It's the fact that you're check calling and then leading out on this turn card, which changes everything. Meaning that, like, you really should have a minimum of ace king here. Or a minimum, I guess, maybe of pocket queens, but usually people aren't checking
Yeah,
with
queen,
overpairs on
queen.
the flop. But so
Yeah,
it's just really, really hard, especially with all the flush combinations out there and stuff. When you bet 80 and you get called in both spots, it's very, very scary, I feel like. But so you're up against two flushes. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here, please hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this call in hand, hit the like button down below. To check out crushlivepoker.com, click on the link in the description. Use the code YTA300 to get the first 30 days for free.